Yo, 6 in the morning on our way to Tai Chi. Basically, we're doing Tai Chi, yeah? And I do this every morning, and I thought I'd explain why, and hopefully encourage you to integrate Tai Chi into your life. So, Tai Chi is simply the practice of integrating your breath into your physical movements to stimulate and better yield your life force. Yield and wield. Yielding and wielding better. And you time that breathing with your movements that stimulate the flow of Chi, which is life force and prana. Chi in Far Eastern medicine, prana in Indian medicine. It's a sense of power. So the power that you have innately as a human being, like your vitality, how strong you feel, how healthy you feel, how radiant you feel. Oh my days, babe, you're just so radiant right now. Okay, since you left Damien, like you're just glowing, you're just so full of life. Like breaking up with him was the best thing for your life force, swear down. Okay, since you dumped that bitch, swear down, your life force is actually kind of gangster, no homo though. And it flows from your root, from your perineum, up your body, through your chakras. So through your root, into your sacral, into your solar plexus, into your heart, into your throat, into your pineal, into your crown. And when your chakras are aligned and they're vibrating strong, with strong life force and chi flowing righteously, and it's igniting all your cells, you just perform better. On a physical aspect, it's just good for your joints as well. You become more aware and present of how your body moves. Like good Tai Chi, it uses all your body at once. You become aware of any stiffness. So if you're stiff in your body, you'll work out where. You'll start undoing that stiffness and you'll start flowing better. And that's a combination of just literal physical movement, being nice and fluid, and then also the esoteric aspect of just breathing into that stiffness and letting go of mental tension. And also on a biological level, it down-regulates cortisol and stress and sympathetic nervous system activation, which is all associated with stiffness and tension. When you're stressed and your fight or flight is overactive, you get hormonal disruption. You get overactive hormones like adrenaline, noradrenaline, cortisol, and all of those fuck with your neurotransmitters, which messes with your focus and your ability to pay attention. Like your dopamine becomes dysregulated, your serotonin becomes dysregulated, so your sense of just mental clarity and peace becomes disrupted. Also, your gut gets disrupted through too much stress, which then fucks with your focus even more and your sense of peace, because all your health starts in your gut and all your functionality starts with your gut. The more you can turn off that fight flight and put yourself in rest and digest and just chill out, the better biological function you have, the better mental function you have, and the better you perform as a man. The more money you make, you can lead with more competency, and just the better you feel as a person. So that's why Tai Chi is good for you. And by the way, the reason I think Kung Fu and Tai Chi is so important is because we live in such an age of fucking like go, go, go. You have to be a high value performing alpha and fucking $100 million a month MRR. Actually, the only reason anyone's doing that is so they can feel fulfilled and they can feel good about themselves. They can live a fulfilling life, which basically at its root is about being balanced and peaceful and happy and healthy. Tai Chi is a very important part of that. Like the expression goes, you've got 99 problems until you've got a health problem and then you've got one. Well, why do you think there's so many fucking like Chinese grandmoms that are 100 years old doing pull-ups better than like the average 20-year-old in the West? It's because they do this stuff. So what the fuck's the point in making like $100 million by the time you're 25, but then you have a heart attack at 30 and fucking your guts are falling apart and you can't function and you're stressed and burnt out and you're anxious? Do you know what I mean? You got no confidence. So this is about balance and power and having longevity and vibrancy. Because when you feel wealthy, like on a biological level, on a mental level, then money just makes it even better and you make more of it because it comes easier to you. So actually this does make you rich as well.
Kung Fu is the umbrella term for all Chinese martial arts, and Tai Chi is a type of martial art within Kung Fu. So Tai Chi is technically a type of Kung Fu. When Westerners talk about Kung Fu versus Tai Chi, Kung Fu is generally the combative practice of martial arts, the sudden explosive movements with the intention of becoming physically dangerous and training the components of athleticism associated with fighting, like explosivity, strength, endurance, on a muscular level and a cardio level. Tai Chi, however, prioritizes the improvement of one's personal health.
If you haven't subscribed to the channel, liked and commented on this video, or joined Total Combat, link in the description, why not? You get me? I'm assuming you're not a dickhead, so you might as well do those things ASAP and start enjoying a way more fulfilling life right now.
The thing is, as you get experience with martial arts and movement and training, and you become self-aware and physically skilled, you train it all at once. You incorporate Tai Chi and health improvements with your fighting improvements and vice versa. You don't really have any delineation anymore. You become so familiar and you become so in love with the way, the journey of training your body and mind, putting your mind into your body to elevate your spirit, that you don't actually look at them as separate things anymore. They are simply physical modalities which lead to a greater self-awareness so that I can gain further clarity of my own strengths, weaknesses and purpose, so that I can become a more higher consciousness and competent individual that can better serve humanity. And you can extrapolate that lesson to life in general. As your wisdom and consciousness and awareness and competence elevates, you don't really see the delineation between realms of endeavor anymore. There is only improvement. And that's why men like me and guys with serious aura synergize all realms of endeavor to create meta improvement with our daily actions, where our business improves our relationships, that improves our health, that improves our intelligence, and improves our finance, and improves our physical competence. Versus nerds, versus people that are only good at one thing, and they do that one thing at the expense of everything else, almost as an escape, because they're just so obsessed with that one thing and they're just too scared to try and get good at other stuff. Whereas the man who's in love with the way tries everything, and through training and refining his muscle of learning, he can apply that template of mastery to anything. And that is the force, that is the hack, that makes you a Jedi, that makes you closer to God, because God is perfect and God is omnipresent and omnipotent and omniscient. He knows and can do everything, and God lives within us. So we embody God by becoming competent at everything and trying everything, and no longer seeing labels on stuff and delineations on stuff. We just enter a permanent, exponentially powerful flow state of holistic mastery. And what I've just described is having a lust for life. When you become aware of how infinite the opportunity you have to pay attention to every fucking nano centimeter, decimeter of your entire existence, and realize you get to improve it with every split second of every day, from the very breath you take, to the way you spend money, to the way you express yourself physically, to the way you talk, to fucking everything. It is impossible to suffer when you are that present and that grounded and that grateful for just how much opportunity there is to enjoy the journey, versus just focusing on the outcome and going, I need to get really good at this one thing so that I can achieve that thing and then maybe be happy one day. Fuck that. When you get obsessed with the way and you love learning in all realms, the outcome doesn't even matter anymore, and ironically, the outcome becomes even better. Trust me on that one. You make way more money, you meet way cooler people and have way better relationships just by being obsessed with improving every second of the day in everything you do, I promise you. And that is exactly why locking in, bro, and monk mode is for gay incels. It is so queer to hyper focus on scaling the business. I'm not going to talk to girls until I've got a Lamborghini. Until my crypto coin goes up, I'm not going to learn martial arts. I'm not going to have a fight until I'm successful and have a girlfriend first. Stop putting such ridiculous, unnecessary limitations on yourself. Of course it's a good thing to focus and have a routine and commit to achieving your goals, but be a balanced, normal human being about it. Fucking hell, talk to some girls, sign up for a fight, go and have some fun in the process. And it's ironic that you think you're unplugging from the matrix, bro, by locking into monk mode, when actually you're falling for exactly the same propaganda that you think you're unplugging from. A few years ago, in 2020, they convinced everyone to lock down, and now you're saying you want to lock in, to socially isolate, to be scared of each other, to stay at home, to Zoom meetings, to not do anything in real life. It's the same bullshit. I'm telling you, real winners are interdimensional, time-transcendent warriors. We do everything at once and enjoy it. That is the point of life, to be abundant. That is what is so tragically ironic about the Dubai and money Twitter spheres and communities of people that are so broke that all they've got is money. They don't have relationships or self-esteem or anything bigger than themselves. They just have a bank account. That's it. But like actual abundance is abundance. It is being good at everything. And it doesn't mean you have to be good at everything. It means you have to just at least enjoy the process of attempting to become good at everything. There's no pressure here. I personally am absolutely not the best at everything. Well, I say that trying to be humble. I truly believe I am. But the thing is that I don't judge anyone for their level of competence. I only ever judge them. I say judge, discern. I only ever make an assessment of someone based on their willingness to try and fail and learn in the pursuit of self-mastery. That is courage. That is warriorship. That is the willingness to accept your divine power, to overcome that fear of being powerful, to overcome that fear of ego death, that you're gonna look stupid, that you're gonna get shit wrong, and that's okay, it's fine. It's no problem to go, okay, I've got a massive weakness here, let me fix it. Let me go all in on my weaknesses. Versus coping by relying only on my strengths and living in fear of being exposed that I might not be that good at something.
It is so much more gangster to try and fail with confidence. That's absolutely fine, and just walking it off like a bad man, like tripping up in public and getting up and just laughing and going, oh, did you see how cool I look when I deliberately fell over then? Versus never even taking that step out of fear of falling over and then inevitably spending the rest of your life in prolonged, drawn-out suffering as you waste away in your shell of comfort of never stepping into your greatness and your potential. That's why guys in a club that at least try and dance and try and have fun look way cooler and get way more girls than a guy that just stands at the back just holding a drink being like, oh, I'm too cool to dance, just because they're scared that they might look stupid. The only person who decides if you look stupid is you. Simply having the self-esteem and inner confidence to be okay with being vulnerable and enjoying the process of improving. You're already just going to be cool by default of having that mentality, and people respect it way more. So therefore you'll get way better results as a human being in the world. And that is why the life that you most want is always on the other side of the fear that you're most running from. So choose the courage to ascend from compression, from scarcity, from fear into expansion, into acceptance, into love, and authentically fall in love with the journey of improvement, trying, failing, learning, and growing in every realm all at once. And I promise you, the destination of success takes care of itself, and you will achieve everything you have ever wanted.